Hey, this is Ish, and today I want to talk to you about the practice of Vipassana meditation and how that can help you process different emotions and sensations in your body. So, one thing I've noticed in Vipassana meditating practitioners in general is that they have this ability to discern their emotions and they have a lot of self control due to their practice of Vipassana. And I find this more so in terms of that practice compared to other styles such as Zen. And in Zen practitioners, they have more of a spontaneous response to different emotions in their body, which is also totally fine. They don't attach to things. But rather, with the practice of Vipassana, they're able to develop this sense of equanimity and detachment from their emotions. And it's because of this practice of Vipassana that they're able to reduce the strain and the intensity of the emotions by reducing emotions and sensations into very small components that they're able to look through, kind of like a microscope where they investigate the emotions, and this reduces the intensity of the emotions. So if we look at the origins of what Vipassana means, the word V, the first two letters, stands for apart, or it also means through, and then Passana means to see. So if you combine those two words, which are apart or through, and to see, you're basically seeing through a particular sensation or object and dissecting it and going deeper. So that's what the practice entails. So essentially, in the Vipassana practice, you'll have a certain area in the body that you'll focus on, and you'll be looking through the sensations and investigating that by noticing the location of the sensations that arise, or the temperature, or the movement, or the weight of the emotion or sensation, or its pressure. So there are different aspects or factors of that particular sensation that are unique to it. And you'll take time looking at those individual qualities of that particular emotion or sensation. And you might have already noticed yourself that within just the gamut of emotions, each emotion feels very different from the next, and they have a bodily feel to it. So, for example, for me personally, when I feel angry, I feel it more so in my head as an emotion. So, a lot of heat or intensity, I feel that in my head. Likewise, when I feel sadness, I feel that more in my chest area. So, that's more of a heavy, sunken feeling that I feel in my chest. And that's very different from joy, which is more of an uprising emotion that goes up my body, and I feel that energy go up. So you'll notice that every single emotion has a certain quality and a body sense awareness to it. And it's through the practice of Vipassana that you're able to reduce the intensity of this emotion because it feels very solid, right? When you're very angry and you're in the whole movement of anger, it feels very real. But if you actually take time to look inwards and pretend like you have a microscope and actually investigate the sensation of anger and just be curious about it, say, okay, where do I feel this emotion? Do I feel it in my head, or do I feel it in my chest, or maybe my legs? And how far does it spread my body? So does this emotion spread just in my head, or does it go all the way down my body, or does it pulsate, or does it push against me? So there's different qualities, very subtle qualities, that once you look into, the hold of that emotion disappears. And this practice not only applies to just the what we call negative emotions, not really, but just the negative side of emotions, but also the positive ones as well. Because if you can learn to see through the negative emotions, that reduces its hold or intensity. So we're able to stay a bit more detached. So that raises our threshold of our normal baseline state, because our general like day-to-day activities will have less of that intensity. The negative emotions won't impact us as much because we're able to stay detached. Yet on the flip side, what will happen is if we identify and look through our positive emotions, such as happiness, gratitude, joy, excitement, what tends to happen is that you feel the pleasure of those sensations, and that actually multiplies, so it becomes more pleasurable. And you might have noticed this yourself if you've written gratitude lists or followed some other law of attraction technique where you feel very great about a certain thing or emotion or things within you, that there's a flow of energy that excites you, or it's more of an uprising of positive feeling, and that amplifies, so it spreads all over your body. So essentially what happens is that your happiness and your pleasurable emotions intensify and they multiply. So you're moving your baseline level of being from, let's just say you're starting off as a negative in a negative state. It goes upwards, and your overall threshold will be higher of experiencing positive emotions while lessening the push of the negative emotions. So the implication behind this is that over time, through practicing investigating your emotions in a Vipassana manner, what will happen is that you have an overall joy that permeates every activity that you do. So you'll feel a general happiness when you're just doing everyday activities like filling gas or doing groceries or walking your dog, and that'll stay with you. So just the moral of the story is that Vipassana is a really great practice that you can do to investigate very strong emotions, or even the more subtle emotions as well, good or bad, and it trains you to be detached and become more of a witness where you view all your emotions. And through practice, what will happen is that your negative emotions won't have a stronger pull against you, and you're able to experience the positive emotions a lot easier. So I hope you try this out, and let me know if you have any other questions. Thank you.